Thank you, Dean Timmons. Welcome, faculty, staff, family, friends, graduates. I wonder if these 3 years flew by as quickly for you as it did for me. It doesn't seem like that long ago that I was on 1-0 in court for the first time. I witnessed a man, not our client, being sentenced to jail. Later, I followed my boss out of the courtroom. In the hallway, I saw the man's wife crying. My boss turned around, and there I was, huddled in the corner, crying and hugging a complete stranger. An attorney nearby told me that I would see that so often that soon it would have no effect on me. Well, I hope that he's wrong. I hope that it will always affect me. And I hope that for each of my classmates, that it will always affect you. That whatever passion, compassion you started law school with will always be with you. This year's Ben F. Johnson Award winner, Judith O'Brien, dedicated years of her life to pro bono service. When asked why she became involved in charitable endeavors, she responded that she would look around and ask herself, would I be outraged? If the answer is yes, then no other person should have to endure that situation either. I hope that as you go out into the world, you will look around and ask, would I be outraged? And if the answer is yes, I hope you use the skills that you gained here to do something worthwhile. At the end of 1L year, I was privileged to hear the same end-of-year speech, a wise man, aptly named Professor Wiseman. I did not make that up. He tells all of his 1Ls the same speech at the end of the year. He advises that we periodically stop and ask ourselves if the person we were when we started law school was like the person we've become. And if the answer is no, it is never too late to change that. It is never too late. When I was 15, I got pregnant. My mom told me that even though I had made a decision that would make my life harder, it didn't mean that I couldn't still pursue my dreams and accomplish my goals. Many years later, I was laid off while I was pregnant and when the economy crashed. I told my husband that I wish he had known me when I was in high school. I went to debate tournaments every weekend I could. I wanted to be a lawyer. I was smart and I was ambitious. And he told me that I was still smart and that I could still be ambitious, that I still doubted myself. The next day, he bought me an LSAT study guidebook and told me just to take the test. It would be our secret. And if I did poorly, no one would ever know. But fortunately, I did okay. Josh asked me how to cook, to teach him how to cook when I got my acceptance letter. He's taken on pretty much all the household chores since I started law school. But even with all of his help and his support, I was still feeling overwhelmed. There I was, almost 30, attempting law school with 3 children and a husband in tow and an hour-long commute. The morning of orientation, I lingered in bed. My oldest daughter, a teenager herself at that point, climbed into bed with me and said that she was proud of me and that she knew I would do well. Who would have ever thought that a teen mom would later become the president of her law school? There are a few lessons that I would like you to take away from my speech. Because I'm a law student and a moot court competitor, I will now enumerate my points. First, I hope that you will always be passionate about what you do and that you will use your skills to help people. Second, if you ever get to a point where you don't like where you've come or who you've become, it is never too late to change that. And third, I hope you take the time to thank all of those who helped you along this journey. Sorry, I warned you at the beginning that I cry easily, so I want to thank my parents, my brother and sister who always supported me and believed in me. Today is my brother's birthday, and like all little sisters, I'm stealing his thunder. I thank my best friend, Jennifer Harper, the kindest, wisest person I know who always knows exactly what to say when I call in a panic, and often. I thank my church family at First Baptist of Gainesville, especially Pastor Coates, my Sunday school class, and other members who checked on me and prayed for me. I'm thankful for the faculty and staff at GSU, all of whom are wonderful. Professor Stevens asked me to name him specifically. And he said he would deny it. I loved every professor I had at GSU. So either I was exceptionally lucky and hit the professor lottery every time, or all of the faculty here is really amazing, and I believe it's the latter. I also want to thank professors and teachers along the way, especially my college English professor, B.J. Robinson, who told me never to settle for mediocre because she knew I was so much more. And for my high school debate coach, Gail Ingram, who was still like family. I'm thankful for my law school best friends. I love you all so much, it makes me almost not want to leave law school. Almost. Sarah Weddington, the attorney who argued Roe v. Wade, a woman who argued at the Supreme Court before they even had a women's bathroom, said at a breakfast that I attended at GSU that your law school friends are your lifetime friends. And I know that she is right. I thank my darling daughters, Mia, Kate, and Abby. People always ask me how much harder law school is with children, and in a lot of ways it is. But in some ways it was easier. Every time I looked at your precious faces, I was reminded of why I'm working so hard. And I could set aside the stress of law school and just bask in the joy and brightness of your presence. I thank my husband, Josh. Thank you for giving me the push I needed. Thank you for everything you do and everything you are. I'm gonna ugly cry now. When I'm having a tough time, all I have to do is think about you, and I'm encouraged because nothing can be as bad as you are good. Thank you to my classmates. It has been an honor serving as your president. It has been an honor to be in a class of so many intelligent, talented, wonderful people. I know that you will go out there and accomplish great things. Congratulations to the class of 2013. Thank you.